Alrighty, good morning. Let's see. Give me a second. Which pairs? Oh god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yawn. Ugh. We're gonna go over the news trades, then we're gonna talk about screen recording and holiday trading. What? I'm just typing into chat, get everything done. We'll take a minute, see who's gonna pop in today. Jesus, I just cleaned out all my browser history, so all the pages are taking a little longer to load. It's always fun. Come on, you little butthead. Okay, so let's start off with the news trades. News-wise, 2 losses. No biggie. 6.5 pips, which is about the biggest you should see. The reason being is you can see it popped up and it dropped down immediately. This was the news candle. And let's switch this way. So we can see what happened is here it opened, it popped up, then it dropped down immediately. So crap news release. It's no biggie. I mean, 6.5 pips, not a loss, that big of a loss at all. That's exactly what the EA is supposed to do. So it did its job. I did hotkey mine to this, so I can hit OK. There was the trade. You can see it opened here, it popped up, then it dropped immediately. So like I said, the EA did its job. It closed the trade right here. No biggie. Let's take a look though at the data for it, so that we can. So this was, let's see, 11.17 Euro USD at about 15.30. So I guess if I move the spreadsheet to your screen, that'd be easier. And is this 11.17? Yeah, it is. I wonder how you got 6.5 on USD JPY. Okay, so let's get to 15.30. That's way down there. Again, the coder's looking at fixing this up so the log file starts at phase 1. But it's actually, I'll show you why it's kind of a pain. So let's see what the spread did on this one. I have a feeling it probably got a little bit high for me. Or maybe not. I mean, that thing was just a quick burn. It was in and out real quick, so it's to be expected. 4 high-impact newses, not much of a result out of any of them. I'm going to be interested to see the Yellen news here in about, 7:30 to 8, hour and a half. Reason being is, I mean, basically her job's on the line right now with Trump being elected. I wonder how I opened that twice. Anyway, let's get to 15.30, take a look what happened. And this is for Euro USD. Again, for live, I'm only trading Euro USD and USD JPY. Okay, so 15.29. Spread looks normal. We're about 1.4, 1.4. You can see it first about 10 seconds before we pop up into 2.6. And 10 seconds before, nothing crazy yet. You could tell it's kind of going to be a dud. I mean, we're not seeing anything spectacular. I was running a 6-pip straddle, so if anything's over 6, that was failure for my setup, but 4.2, 4.4, 4.7, 4.8. And it was just a little bit of a spread with a dud from what I can see. We popped up to 7-pip spread for me. So max, I popped a max. Let me put that in real quick on my side. So, okay, I got that in there, and it was Euro USD was a 6.5 pip loss. The other one we traded was USD JPY. Same thing, we'll get it to 15.30. Yeah, it was a whipsaw. It was just a shit release. Okay, so 15.29, 15.30, UJ. Oh, that's 14, 15.30. Well, it got us there close enough. Sorry. Next we'll be going over screen recording. So and then we'll talk about holiday training while I'm doing the screen recording. Screen recording will be using a free software called Cam Studio. It's what I used to use before I got onto Bandicam. I just like Bandicam a little bit more because I can add codecs and things. So I haven't used Cam Studio in about 3 years, so it'll be interesting to see if they've made any improvements to it. Here we go, 1527, 1530. Damn, I popped right into it. Okay, so let's look. 1530 and beforehand. The spread on UJ was popping up a bit more beforehand. I got 3 pips before it even came in. 6.8, 6.8, 6.8. And it hasn't even hit yet. 7.3, 8.8. 10 pips spread. That's pretty horrible. Okay, so my spreadsheet's updated. I had a 7 pip max on Euro, 10 pip max on UJ. Like Robin said, it was just a whipsaw trade, so those are going to happen. The EA did its job and minimized our loss, so not a big deal. Just continue from where we are. Next up on the chopping block, we're going to be talking about recording your screens and why that's important. So click here to download. So it's just camstudio.org. I'll put it in chat if you're in there. I'll put it here if you're in there. And we're going to walk through the install and setup. I won't actually be able to turn it on though because I'm already screen recording. And it is free. So it lets you record your audio and your video on your screen. When I record trades, I don't record audio. I just record video. So we just click download right here. We're gonna hit skip because we don't want this shit, and skip. Cam Studio, save. Now, if I remember right, they try and add in some bloatware with this shit. So please watch the video carefully because I believe there's going to be some questions, if I remember, about you have to hit no on so it doesn't install some bloatware. If the bloatware is unavoidable, then we will not install, and I'll find something else and we'll do it tomorrow. Let's go to next. Okay, so far I don't see anything about it. I am going to be a little careful on this. Okay, so first, install Bing powered Chromium browser. We want to take that check mark out. We don't want that shit. This is what I said, where it's open source and it's a good software, but it does try and install crap on your computer. So take that out and hit decline. So not so bad. It used to be a lot worse. Like there was literally like 15 things that would try and get installed, and then it dropped down and it dropped down. I think they got the picture that no one wants to go through and install a bunch of shit on their computer. Okay, so make sure, take out the check mark, hit decline, and then click finish once it's done. And then it's going to have this decline and launch the application on exit close. Okay, so they didn't learn their lesson. They did try and throw in another one. So yeah, watch out for those. Don't install that shit. It's all bloatware. It'll slow your computer down. Okay, so to make this easy to see, this has a black background, so we'll use it here. Let's start off with video options. Now, it says compressor, Cinepack by Radius. I would go to XFID MPEG G4 codec. It's a much smaller and higher quality. Everything else, you just go ahead and leave the same and hit OK. Now let's go back to options and audio. Give me a sec. I'm just answering a question. I'm seeing if that was a question. Okay, so options, and let's go to audio. Audio options for microphone and for speakers. It's broken down. So if you're going to be talking and recording it like I'm doing now, you'll go into default. Mine is default input device, but I could also pick microphone, C, media, USB audio, blah, blah, blah. Recording formats, you're just going to go ahead and leave those the same, and you'll hit OK. Let's go back into options, and audio options for speakers. And everything here is good. I have some other things on mine, but like if I pick speaker C, that would put it to my headset, but we're going to leave it that way. So there's nothing really in there to do. Now, the thing you are going to do is there is window, all screens, select screen, or region. So if we go to region, and it says record to AVI, let's hit record video from the screen. See how it comes up with a cursor? I can select the area that I want to record. So that kind of works out if you just want to record a tiny little screen. But I think I might have screwed up here. Let me try and stop it because I hit record when I'm recording other stuff. So let's kill it. End task. Okay, good. Alright, so let's go back. Open it up one more time. So I can't hit record. I'll just describe the settings. This one's a real easy one to set up. I mean, it's nothing. Oh, that's the setup. No. Make sure what to exit. Yes. And let's delete that bitch. And delete that. And let's just go to start. And Cam Studio. Okay. So we're back to where we were. Let's get the black background up for you again. So basically what I do is I record these and then I can go back and review them. Okay, so for region again, fixed region is probably your best one. I just go select screen, and then when I hit record, it's going to ask me which screen, and then I pick this one, so that way everything I can do. Because I do have another screen over here to the right you can't see, but if you're using this and you want to see everyone to see, because if I do select window, then if I minimized, well, no matter what I do, you just see like MT4, which that might be okay for some of you, but it depends on what you're going to do. Since I'm doing educational, I try and stick to this. So what do I do with my recordings? So basically what I do with them in, let's go to Bandicam. This was today's 7/29/11/16. I'm going to bring up this. This is a VLC. I'll show you where to get it. Now the reason I like VLC is because I can go back and watch recordings just to figure things out. Okay, and no I don't. So here's the trade from today. Now if I hit pause, well this is okay, as we're reviewing the trade today, guys, remember this was me showing that it was open, then I show the spread that it was wiggling, so we're expecting a little bit of a move. But we're gonna pause, and then I'm going to show you how to do with VLC one frame at a time. Unfortunately, I can't go back frames. And here we go. We have, let's see, 7/20/40. We got about 10 seconds till this trade pops, and I'm going to stop it at about 3 seconds out. Okay, so I just paused it. This is 1 second out. I'm hitting the letter E, and it lets us do next frame. So we can watch this trade, because, I mean, if you're watching this thing real time, it moves way too fast to see. And I'm just tapping next frame. So it's 07:30, the news was just released. And that's what happens. We do it frame by frame. And now, MT4 goes tick by tick, so basically what you're watching is almost every tick incoming right here. I'm doing 30 frames per second, so I believe. So we're 1 second into the trade, it still hasn't popped. 2 seconds in. We're still 2 seconds in. There was the trade, just got popped. And what we can see, this is our trailing stop. This was the buy order. Remember, because of spread, we started in a little bit negative. Spread was 3.7 pips, so that's from here to here is 3.7 pips. So this is important because you can see exactly when this thing opened what the spread was. So I get hit with a 3.7 pip spread. So that puts it above there. And if we watch, now I can go full speed because that's really what I wanted to see. Now we can see it went profit for just a second. It was in profit just a second, and then it closed. This was just a quick burnout. If you had to do it, there's Mercury, Venus, and Earth. This would have been a Mercury trade. It pops open and it burns right back out. Venus would have been so we get a small loss. Mercury is a small profit, and Earth is a perfect trade. So because Earth's in the Goldilocks zone. So it's that easy to go back and review the trade, but it is kind of important because what could I see by that? I saw exactly what my spread was when that trade opened. It was 3.7 pips. And that's with VLC. Now, how do you get VLC? The best way I say to get it is head over to, and it's NI, and I'll post this in here again. Y'all have seen me use this on previous things. Is nightnight.com. Let me put it in the Slack room also. And what we're looking for is VLC. You just click that, and let me see if it's here, because VLC is going to install a bunch of codecs for you also. So, but what I would do is I would also grab this, the K-Lite codecs. I'm not going to do it because I already have, well, they might update them. So let's just go ahead and do it. And VLC was asking me to update, so we're going to go ahead and do this real time. So let's get your night. 99 night. I don't know how to say it. I call it night because I'm an idiot. Okay, so save. And once it's done, just click it, run. Click yes. Let's go to show details. What it's going to do, VLC downloading, K-Lite codecs waiting to download. While it's doing that, let's go ahead and close this because it is going to update the codecs for it. So if you remember that codec I showed at the beginning, if it wasn't available, don't stress out, don't worry about it. You're going to get it right now. Next up, we'll be talking about holiday trading. If you got any questions, guys, please ask. Or if you're confused about something, please ask. So VLC is installing because it did need an update, and I got to sit back and do nothing. It's whoop-de-doo. And next is the K-Lite codecs. The codecs will add in, and just in case you didn't have it, that XVID one for... Sorry, didn't mean to yawn. For Cam Studio. But you want to make sure to have Cam Studio it's closed when you do this install because it's going to update the codecs. Again, that XVID codec is probably the best one out there. It'll make the file size as small but still high quality. I am tired, but the goddamn cat woke me up at 3:40 this morning, and my daughter decided she wanted to crawl into bed with me, and frickin' she's evil. She kicks all night long. Okay, so everything was installed. All you have to do is hit close. Now, if there's a problem, it'll say here. Like, if VLC is up to date, it'll say skipped install, it's up to date. But obviously, both mine were out of date, so that's a good thing. So let's go back to it, and let me go back to where I was so you can see. If we go to options, video options, remember, it's Cinepak by Radius. Use XVID MPEG-4 codec. It is so much better. Other than that, I mean, it's a pretty simple software. You just hit the red button. Remember, for region, I do select screen. I cannot hit record. You saw last time it froze everything up. You hit record, and it's going to tell you which screen if you have multiple screens, so I would pick this one, and it records for you. If you just jumped in, I went through all the settings on this earlier. It's very simple. Just you go into options and select what you're going to be doing. Right now I have do not record audio. I do record audio from microphone. Again, when I record trades, I hit do not record audio because I typically go back and show them when I'm live on YouTube. Trying to think if there's anything else. Effects, there is. I believe you can add system time. You can add a watermark. I believe there's one that'll show you the cursor. If not, no big deal. That might be the one that I'm using, so I guess it doesn't. Oh well. I mean, feel free to go in and play. And you can, right here, this one is kind of important. Right now it's record to AVI. Record to SWF. I would not do that one, and record to MP4. I prefer MP4 instead of AVI. But you can use it, see what gives you the best quality. And that pretty much sums it up for Cam Studio. It is free. Remember, on the install, twice it's gonna try and stick you with bloatware or bullshit. Decline, remove the check mark, decline. The first one is going to be for Bing, and then it'll do the install. When you're done with the install, then it tries to grab you again with some more bloatware. Just hit decline on it again. Be careful on those. Don't get that shit on your computer. If you do, go back and remove it. Don't know what to say there. Next up, holiday trading. And while we're talking about holiday trading, if you're in my group, as Thanksgiving, and this is for everyone, but if you're in my group, I would suggest, if you're trading binary options, stop for the holidays. You can demo, but I personally consider it a waste of time to demo on shitty market conditions. I mean, yeah, it's okay. There might be some good days. During holiday trading, I seriously would recommend being very picky about the markets. If you see them trending, don't trade. What we'll see is a lot of spikes during the holiday market. Like, let's see, for instance, like, I don't know, it'll be flat like this, and then it's going to spike up, and then it's going to go flat again. Holiday trading can be kind of brutal and aggravating. I mean, I've lost my shit a couple times because I attempted to trade it, and it's just not there. If you're on longer term trades, that's fine. But again, what happens is you'll get these occasional spikes, and even on the higher time frames, they do affect. So you might have a good trade going, and it'll drop back down. It's just the trades get boring because the markets do kind of go flat with the occasional random spike. Now, for binary options, where that becomes a bitch is if you're trading reversals, you'll get into a perfect reversal, and then it spikes up 20 pips, and you're like, what the hell? So, like I said, hold back during the holidays. The closer we get to Thanksgiving, you're going to start seeing holiday conditions setting in. For Forex trading, that's great if you can catch the little spikes. I would reduce my leverage. I normally trade 3.5 to 4.5% for Forex. You might want to drop down to 1%, 2%, see how it works for you, and if you're taking losses, just completely stop. If you're in the news trading course, just keep on doing what you're doing. The news is pretty much the only thing that we may see is a slightly higher spread, and if the spread does get too high to be profitable, then we just stop. But news trading is the only one that I can say just keep doing what you're doing and stick with it. News trading's perfectly safe during the holidays. As long as we don't see any major crisis happen in the world, we should be fine. Santa Claus burns and dies, who knows? But that's my spiel on holiday trading. If you have it, if you're gonna do it, demo it is my biggest thing. Don't blow the money you've made. Second, for Forex, for binary options, demo. For Forex, reduce your. I mean, if you're in a nice range, yeah, I had a question. We will see some nice ranges, but basically what it's going to be is more often than not, the markets are going to lack structure, and they're going to look like shit. If you can see a nice structure and it's ranging like during the London session, go for it. The U.S. session is going to be a little bit of a mess. Typically, London is a little bit more tradable during the holidays, and the U.S. goes to complete crap. So binary options, like I said, if you see a nice range and you're trading axis, go for it. I'm going to show y'all what lack of structure looks like once we start getting into holiday trading so you can see it. If you're scalping, be careful. You will see some bursty, which can actually work out for you if you get the hang of it, because you'll see some bursty movements of 10, 15, 20 pips in a like 2-3 minute span, which can work out great if you can expect it. It's only when it goes against the trend. Trying to think if we missed anything. Again, for the guys in the news trading course, just continue doing what you're doing and watch for the spread to increase a little bit during the holidays. May or may not happen. It really depends on the news release, but stick to trading majors only: Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, US CAD, AUD USD. If it's during the US or London session. If it is outside of those sessions, do not trade. You can play with it on demo as much as you want so you can see how the spread goes apeshit, But do not trade outside the US and London sessions for the news trading course, guys. Stick to what it says in the PDF in the course, and you'll do fine. I mean, most everyone that's reporting in so far is making money so far, so that's a good thing. A few people that are straggling, it's because of slippage, and we're correcting that or showing them how to correct it. But most of the part for the ones that have already been in this 3 or 4 months, they're doing well, and if they're so, and they're starting to poke profits. Which, like I said, this month without NFP popping, we're going to be not struggling a little bit, but NFP usually picks you up a good number of pips. So even if you only make 100 pips this month, don't stress out over it. You ask 95 other freaking traders what they made this month, and they're probably going to say I lost money, and you can say, well, I made money. So remember that and keep that in mind. Even when it is smaller wins with the news trading course, you're still in the positive. So I honestly would say don't stress, don't give two shits, stick to it, and remember you're doing better than 95% of the other people out there for what, 10 to 15 minutes of work a day. So that's my best advice. Okay, so let's another question we had is about the news trading EA creating the log files. Well, here's the problem that the coder's running into, and I'll go into a data folder so that I can kind of hopefully explain it a little better. So it creates these Excel files for us that records the spread and what happens during the trade. Now, like here's today, Euro USD 216.11.17. Here's USD. And let me erase the 16th. Delete, tweak, 11.17. I'm so confused. Okay. So here's Euro USD. So let me go in and stop the EA. And let's see if we can do this so it makes sense to you. So I'm going to kill, and let's bring up experts. Automated trading is disabled, so there it is. Now it's auto trading in again. So again, that sorry. It doesn't create a new folder. So what I want him to do is, during the period on phase 1, which is 60 seconds out, I want it to start up the log file. Now that's fine and dandy, except for it needs to create a new log file too. The coder that I was working with, he's so I might end up having to send it to another one. He's looking to see if he could do it, but basically it has to create a new Excel spreadsheet every time a trade occurs for that day. So that's going to be the holdup on it, and we're going to see if we can get it done, because I would prefer that the EA doesn't kick in until 60 seconds out, or whatever your stage 1 is set at. But I'm 60 seconds. Trying to think, did we have any questions on anything? I didn't get any binary charts today, so I have nothing to review there. The whiplash caught most everybody on this. Where was it? Let's zoom in and take a look at the trade again. And again, it's no big deal. I mean, the EA did its job and minimized loss, so don't get excited. Just straddle the next one. So this was the news candle right here. So what happened is it opened here. It shot up 13.8 pips. Came back down, and then it dropped 11.8 pips. So the candle shot up and shot down. Basically, it went 10 pips up, 10 pips down. There's nothing we can do about those guys. Don't stress. Let the EA do its job. Protect your investment. Again, though, I am going to preach, stick to your money management. Just because you have 10 trades fire good in a row doesn't mean the 11th is. And most likely, as soon as you increase your money management outside its proper window, it's going to be the trade you lose. So, do we have any questions on, let's see, today's news trades? It was a whiplash. That's what's going to happen. Whipsaw, whatever you want to call it. It's going to happen. Just deal with it. The EA should have protected you. You should have taken no more than a 7-pip loss at max. Second thing, we covered how to record your screens, then use VLC to review your trades frame by frame. From what we saw, I had a 3.7 pip spread right when my trade was opened, which is good information to have and see. So we installed we installed Cam Studio and VLC. And we also installed the codec so that you can record high quality without huge files. If you have any questions on any of those, hit me up. Next, we talked a little bit about the EA and fixing the, not fixing, but making a way there's a change for the log file to be created. And we talked about holiday trading. Again, holiday trading, guys, I am going to say, you don't get greedy and don't blow your account. Especially some of y'all are doing very good on Forex also, too, as scalping. You're going to see conditions deteriorate to lack of structure. So stay away from it. And as soon as we'll focus on lack of structure later on this week or next week, as soon as I start seeing it settle in. But please just stay out. The last thing I didn't do is everyone okay on scripts. I added this in. It's in the book, but let's talk about the script again. P4L order history. Remember, I have mine object list. Let's just Control-Alt-Delete. I have mine hotkeyed, so if I hit, watch, mouse is right here, Alt-O is where I have it hotkeyed to, then all I have to do is hit OK. It posts it up, because this little puppy now, he's even removed access. No longer works at all unless you buy it, which I'm not going to do. This gives us the same information, it's just fine. You can go in and edit the colors, whatever you want. To hotkey it, you right-click it, go to Set Hotkey, and you can see mine's set to Alt-No. You hit Set after you pick the keys you want. Other than that, I can't think too much today. We do have Yellen up in 53 minutes. I am going to be straddling that one on Euro USD and USD JPY live. There's a possibility that one may move because, like I mentioned in chat, her butt's on the chopping block now that Trump's been president-elect. He thinks she's been running it too. She's been running the Fed way too politically. So I'm interested to see what her announcements are going to be. I'll record it and review it when it's done. And let's talk about tomorrow. Well, let's finish up with today and tomorrow. Ooh, that looks like hell. Give me a sec. I forgot I cleared house. Still hasn't signed into Skype. What a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm just aggravated with Skype. Ugh. Alright, so this is Forex Factory for today. Retail sales for me was a dud. I got nothing out of that one. This whole little block here, 6.5 pip loss. We can see what happened. We had green news, dud news, red news, red news. And overall, we got a red candle out of it. And green news. The one thing I don't like about these multiple stacks is if we get conflicting news, you get a whipsaw. But if these all go the same direction, you get an awesome amount of pips. So, like I said, if you're in the news course, straddle every high impact. This month we get conflicting news. Next month we might get all of these green or all these red, and you're going to pick up a big chunk of pips. But you're not going to get it unless you straddle it. So don't be a lazy ass and miss out. It takes 10 minutes a day to set up for these trades. Next up, like I said, we got Yellen. I'm thinking we might get a mover out of it. We'll see. It says December. I'm not even going to look at this because I don't want to know. But for the rest of the day, that's it. There is nothing else. Let's look at tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 2:30 a.m., ECB, Draghi speaks. Probably not a mover, but we'll see. Straddle it anyway. And then 7:30 a.m., core CPI, CAD. That will be a straddle, US CAD only. For you FXCM guys, watch out for the spread on that one. Pepperstone can bite my ass because you'll probably make money off that if it moves. The FXCM, I mean, we'll still make some if it moves, but not as much as Pepperstone. I am going through my list of U.S. regulated brokers to see if any of them are better than FXCM. So far, it's been shit. Forex.com. The spread was slightly higher, but during news, it held lower. So I am going to run them again during the Yellen. I forgot about it today, but I am going to run them. Because if they have a slightly higher spread, overall, I don't give a shit. If their spread holds lower when news hits, then that's a potential broker to use. So I am going to run them for the next 30 days, side by side with FXCM. And like I said, if the spread is slightly higher during everyday trading, I really don't care. It's what happens when news hits. If they have a bigger, I guess you could say, if they have a bigger trading base out there, that's going to help the spread hold lower. If they can hold lower on spread, I'll give them the okay as another viable broker. I'm still going through, so if anyone knows a regulated U.S. broker, I'm still going through the list. Send me them, and I will start testing them out. What I'm looking for is something that can beat FXCM, more in line. I don't think we're going to get as good as Pepperstone, but I would like to be able to drop at least a half a pip off the average a half a pip to a pip off the spread. Forex.com is about a half a pip to 3/4 of a pip lower. But that was only during one news release, so we need to see if they hold in there during several news releases, and that might be viable to use, and then that would pull in some more pips for the U.S. guys in the course, because it's nice to make money, but it's I never thought I would be jealous. I'm fucking jealous as shit of Robin and everyone else using that has Pepperstone, because they're pulling in more pips than me almost every trade. I mean, yeah, you're making money, I'm making money, but still, I'm a greedy bat. I'm not greedy. It's just aggravating to see how much better y'all can do with that lower spread. Trying to think if we missed anything. Any questions? Anything else? 9 o'clock, like I said, 49 minutes. Yellen's up. Tomorrow, we have 2 trades. And is it already Thursday? Jesus. Holy hell, it is Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday. Wow. 2 trades tomorrow. I'll do the core CPI one live with FXCM and Forex.com running, so that you can see what I'm talking about, the spread holding in there. And we'll see if it's better. For Yellen, I'm going to also do them both. So if we don't have any questions, that's it, guys. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. We have the U.S. Bell in 18 minutes, and then we have Yellen up 30 minutes after that. So trade safe. I'm in a no-trade zone until after that Yellen speech. I won't be scalping or anything. Again, if you have questions, email, Skype. If it ever lets me log in, Slack is your best one. Hit me up on Slack or email me if you have questions, I guess, are the 2 best, because Skype is shit for me. I'll get logged into it and check and see if there's anything there, but I'm really down to checking it about once a day. Alright, guys, so thanks for watching today. Again, don't worry about the news trade today, guys. It was whipsaw. That's going to happen, and the EA is designed to minimize your loss on it. It shouldn't put much of a dent in your account anyway, because can't think of anything else. And no questions in. Alright, guys, so enjoy. I'll be back around 45 minutes from now. Have a good one. Bye-bye.